questions, I'll just give this a little record. We will keep it short and sweet because there's only a few of us. But I just wanted just to show you the stages of competence. And if you've listened to Your Wish Is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau, you should know these already, and they do keep coming up. So let's pretend that, for example, we're a young age and we see all these cars driving past and stuff, and one day we actually take that back, we don't know about cars, right? So you're in the unconscious incompetent stage. You don't know that you don't know how to do something. So just going back to the example of driving a car, then the next stage, just close that down. The next stage is conscious incompetence. You know that you don't know how to do something and it bothers you, right? So that means that you know about cars that are out there. You know that you have to learn how to drive the car to eventually drive it yourself. So you're in that conscious incompetence stage. So you go from unconscious incompetence, which means you know nothing about the cars or the car's existence, or that cars can take you from A to B. When you do find out about the cars and that you have to learn how to drive the cars, you are in conscious incompetence. And then you go to the third stage, which is conscious competence, meaning you know that you know how to do something and it takes effort. So that's when you've started to take driving lessons and you're learning how to drive the car. You're learning where the brake is, the pedal, indicating how to reverse and all that stuff. You're taking lessons, but you're still consciously aware of your surroundings and what is going on. And the driver instructor is telling you go left, and you're really concentrating, and you go left. So you're in that conscious competence stage. Right? And you just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until you pass the test and you can drive the car. And then you're at the unconscious competence stage, which means you know how to do something and it is second nature. You rocket it, meaning you're just driving the car and you're not even thinking about driving the car. Like, have you ever driven somewhere and you've gone, holy crap, like, how the hell did I even get home? Like, I don't even remember how I got home. I was thinking about all this other crazy stuff. That's your subconscious mind that's took over, and you're at that unconscious competence stage, and you're doing things without thinking about it. So that is the stages of I think it's called the stages of, they say learning here, but it is the stages of competence. And this applies to literally everything in life. Like, even going back to playing a game like Call of Duty, for example. Like, when you first play a map, you don't know the map at all. You don't know what's going on. You don't know the guns and stuff, and you're just learning. So before that, you're at the unconscious incompetent stage, and then you're starting to play it, and you can get better at it. So you're at the conscious incompetent stage. You move to the conscious competence stage where you get in the hang of things. You kind of know how the map is forming. You know the guns. You know the layout of the where you choose your character, where you choose your gun, where you do your gun up and stuff like that. And then you get to the stage where you're just playing the game and you're not even thinking about it. You know literally every corner on the map. You know all the hiding spots. You know all the guns. You know literally everything. So this actually applies to everything in life, like everything you learn. I'm sure that you can think of quite a lot of things where you're at this stage and you move along. And this is a great example of going to trading, right? Trading Forex or cryptocurrency or whatever. So let's pretend Shane and Scott, you knew nothing about Forex. You didn't know anything about trading. You're at that unconscious incompetent stage. Then someone messages you and says, hey, check out this Forex thing. And you're like, what the hell's Forex? You check it out. You watch a presentation. you watch like a little training on it. Now you're at that conscious incompetent stage. You know that you don't know how to do something and it bothers you. You're looking at all these candlesticks going up and down. You see all these people making all this money. It bothers you because you want to learn it, and you want to know what's going on. So you're that conscious incompetent stage. So then you start to watch the trainings, in IM, you watch the academy, you're watching the educators teaching you, you're practicing yourself on TradingView, you're starting to get good, you're starting to know what's going on. So you're now at conscious competent stage. You know that you know how to do something, and it takes effort. Yeah, you just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And then until you get to that unconscious competent stage, where you're just looking at the charts, you're drawing the charts up, marking them up, and you're waiting for certain things to happen. You're setting your alerts, you're placing trades, you're doing everything relating to trading without thinking about it at all, and you've reached that unconscious competence stage. So I think it's very important to know the stages of competence, because people get very, very frustrated at this part here, the conscious incompetent stage, because they start to wanting to learn it, and it bothers them, and they have a little go, and then they normally give up here around this part. They don't even really make it to the conscious competence stage, and if they do reach it to that stage, they don't realize that if they just kept on going and going and going and going, then they're going to reach the unconscious competence stage. Like I like to use the analogy of learning to drive a car and then driving a car, because literally everyone knows, well, not everyone, but most people know how to drive a car, or they've got a motorbike, or they've even learned to ride a push bike. So you think you actually have gone through these stages when you was learning to drive a car or, bike and stuff like that. If you apply this to everything you do in life, then you're just going to smash it in every single way. So, for example, the other day I listened to, again, The Power of Now. And in that audio book, so let's just rewind this a little bit. So when you read a book or you listen to an audio, before you've even listened to that audio or even read that book, you're at unconscious incompetence stage. Then when you're learning it, you're at conscious incompetence, and then you go to conscious competence. Yeah. And then once you've listened to it, you read it, you're not really at this unconscious competence stage, because you really, once you've read it, this is what I was thinking, and this is why I wanted to cover this subject really. When you listen to an audio, read a book, you do not automatically go straight to the unconscious competence stage once you finish the book or listen to an audio. You don't even reach that, because you don't remember everything in that book or the audio book. Yeah. So that's why they say you have to listen to that audio again, listen to it again, listen to it again, and read that book again and again and again until you kind of get to that unconscious competence stage. So I don't know if I know I've listened to a lot of audios and I've read a lot of books, and I've told you guys that you should go over it again and again and again. That's because you forget most of it on the first attempt. But every time you listen to it and every time you read it, you get more from it. Why is that? Well, there's a few reasons. One, you're getting to that unconscious competence stage. And two, you're actually growing as a person. If you're doing your personal development and you're learning all the time and you're finding out new things, as you're growing, you actually get more out of learning the same thing in the same book. You pick up things that you didn't see that were there before. What's changed? The book hasn't changed. The audio hasn't changed. It's stayed the same the whole time. What's changed is you have changed. As you're getting older, as you're getting more mature, as you're listening to more different audios, reading different books, you're networking, you're going to events, you're reaching out to different people, you're learning things from them and stuff like that. So you're growing and growing and growing. Then you go back and you read a book that you read, say, 6 months ago, And you're like, what the hell? I don't recommend, remember that in there. I don't remember that in there. And you get more from it. And then 6 months later, you pick up that same book for a third time and you read it again. And you're like, you're just taking more of it in. So you're actually getting to that unconscious competence stage by redoing things again. Plus, as you're growing as a person, you're getting more from it. So like the power of now, I listened to that audio a few days ago, and that I think it was the third time I'd listened to that audio, and I got so much more from it. The first time I was at unconscious incompetence stage. I didn't really get to this conscious incompetence, and then listened to it again, and now listen to it the third time, like I said, and it's just getting better and better when I'm listening to it again, because I'm actually growing as an individual. And like I said, I'm reaching this unconscious competence stage for that particular audio. I'm picking things up that are becoming habit and that are sticking in my brain or in my mind, that I don't have to remember what was in that, if that makes sense. So that's why I said it's very, very important to go over these books and stuff again. Like Think and Grow Rich, I know Scott's just bought that book. For me, it's a difficult read because it's set in the olden days. But there's many secrets in that book, but most of them, they're teaching you the mindset and the skill set to achieve wealth. And it's not really focused on the money side of things. It's actually focused on the thinking side of things. And that's very, very important. And I've said it before, if you focus on the money, then you're going to have a very difficult time acquiring the money that you're after. But if you change your mindset to changing the way you think, which is reading books, listening to audios, networking with people, learning a skill set, changing your mindset, and you're becoming more and more aware of what's going on and stuff, and you're not focused on the money, you're focused on just developing within yourself and growing, eventually the money will come to you. Because what's happened is you've just changed your mindset, you've grown as a person, and you've done all this stuff, and then all of a sudden the money starts rolling in, and you're like, what the hell? Where's all this money coming from? The money's come because you wasn't focused on the money. You was focused on growing. So if you focus on growing, then the money eventually will come. And that's kind of like a little secret in Think and Grow Rich. They're saying, think and then you grow rich. You don't grow rich and then you think. Yeah. So it's very, very important to acquire the right mindset. And with, excuse me, it just goes back to trading. Like when people see trading and they see all the money you can make, 6-figure trader, 7-figure trader, 8-figure trader, people just focus on, oh yeah, trading money, and then they don't get the money, say within a few months or whatever, and then they give up or they quit, or it's not for them, or whatever. But if they focused on learning the skill set first, focus on learning the mindset of trading, focus on awareness as well, and just keep learning, trading, learning, reaching out to people. How do you do this? Blah, blah, blah. We do events around Scott's house and stuff like that. Eventually the money's going to come to you because you've learned the skill set of trading. You've got the mindset. Then the money starts flowing in. It's literally everything. Network marketing, I've said that as well. Don't focus on the money. Don't focus on the commissions from people that you bring in, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You help people first. So you help people what they want, and then you get something in return. So the more people you're helping, you help. Yeah. All of a sudden, all this money's coming in. And you're like, where's all this money come from? Because you've helped so many people, the money eventually follows behind you. So that's why I'm trying to drill into people. Just don't focus on the money, because it will literally get you nowhere. And that's why mindset is very, very important. Again, that event that Shane and Scott, we went to, that's the first time I heard it as well. Trading, they say trading is 90% mindset and 10% pretty much action. Why is that? It's because you shouldn't be focusing on the money. Focus on the skill set, focus on the mindset. You get that right, then literally the money will just follow straight after that. So I think it's very, very important, this mindset thing. And I think that's why a lot of people in IM actually go on about it, and personal development stuff. Like Steve Gregor, one of my old mentors, he just was doing mindset all the time. And some people started to moan. They're like, I've come in here, I want to learn how to trade. And you're just going over mindset. And he's been trading 16 years. He just said, look, you're never going to make it if you don't have the right mindset. So that's why, from listening to him and all these other people, I've just heavily been investing in books and going to these events and stuff, because I know there will be a time when the money's just going to flow, and it's going to be very, very abundant. It's just going to be so abundant that you're just going to be thinking, like, where's all this come from? And it's just literally just come from because the mindset is there, the skill set's there, the team is there. You're bouncing off each other, you're going to these events, and it just all fall into place. So it is important. It's good to hear that Shane's going through the Discord and listening to Jason Brown. Like, I watched that Jason Brown thing like probably 2 years ago, and that really, really helped with my social media thing. And Shane at the start was saying that I do pretty much everything that Jason said in that Facebook training. And it's probably true. If I didn't watch that Facebook training, I probably wouldn't be getting all that engagement and stuff from my posts. So it is good. It literally everything is in that Discord. That's why I've got it all set up for you guys to just really dive in there. And it's I say it's free, but we're all members and stuff. But a lot of that stuff, it costs a lot of money, and people crying out for that kind of information, to be honest with you. Like that, for me, what is in there is actually better than Audible, right? Audible, you have to pay £10 a month or whatever it is. For me, that is better than Audible, hands down. It's some of that stuff you can't even get on Audible, and a lot of it's from Audible anyway. So just dive into it, and just going back to this again. You listen to that audio once, you're going to forget most of it. You're at that unconscious incompetence stage, really, maybe pushing onto conscious incompetence, but you listen to it again and again and again and again, and you want to get to this unconscious competence stage for all those audios that are in there. Like Your Wish Is Your Command, I think I've listened to that, oh God, I reckon it's 15 times, something like that. Must be coming up to 20 times I've listened to that. For me, that's probably one of the best audio programs you could ever listen to, and I've listened to a lot. And yeah, some books I've read 2 or 3 times. I'm reading a good one at the moment, but I'm going to start rereading some for a second time, like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've only read that once. I want to reread that for a second time. There's actually also, I'm just going to stop sharing this. I'm going to share and go into the Discord, books and audios. I did put a link up. Or was it was it resources? Yeah, it was. So in resources, I've got Kevin Trudeau's new Facebook thing. I don't know if it's actually him, but there was a link that was posted from that last month, and I clicked on it, and I was blown away by this. I don't know if anyone's actually clicked on this, so I just click on that now, wait for it to load, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a second while that's loading. I'm going to share my screen and show you this material. I think it's frozen a bit. Right, it's loaded. Stop share. share again. Okay. This is going to be a real game changer. Like I said, I don't know if anyone's actually clicked on this link. I put it in, I think I put it in the wrong thing. I put it in resources. I don't know why I put it in there really. But Kevin Trudeau has, like, he's a beast, right? He's the guy that done Your Wish Is Your Command. He's probably my all-time top favorite mentor, really, for these audios and stuff. And he's listed his selection of the best books out there in the world that will really shape your mindset, and just awareness of everything going out. So he's listed the top books. You'll probably know some of them, like Think and Grow Rich, which Scott's just got, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You might know some of these already. The Secret, The Go-Giver, that's a really good book. I've read that one. The Science of Getting Rich, I've got that book. The Greatest Salesman in the World, I've heard that. I've got that on ebook. Like, well, all of these books, he is saying, are the best of the best in the world. And I trust Kevin Trudeau. Like, he is the guy. Like, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I know most of us have read that one. So if we keep scrolling down, he said, these are the best books out there. You don't have to read anything else, just these. He's saying these are the best audios to listen to, just them, nothing else. Your Wish Is Your Command, obviously, he's going to put that at the top. The Stranger's Secret, that's in the Discord. I've put that on there for you guys. That's really, really good. Let's go down. Videos, movies, The Secret. I don't know if that's a really good watch. I think that's on Netflix, I believe. If not, it should be on YouTube. I started to watch that, actually. What the Bleep Do We Know? I never finished that one. He's got some courses here as well. So Kevin Trudeau's obviously got his own courses that you can go through. The Dale Carnegie course, that's the one I'm actually going to go. When I was talking to Shane about that, that's a public speaking course that he does in London. He actually does a few other Dale Carnegie courses, like how to win friends and influence people. That's another course that you can do Dale Carnegie in London. So yeah, top one there. And then he said you should read many of the books, listen to the audios, and watch the videos listed above many times. Even he's saying many times. Focus on the books, audios, videos, and courses listed above. And then he says, the following are additional books, videos, and courses that you might find helpful and interesting. Some of these are books that specialize in certain areas such as sales, marketing, and exercise. Read, watch, listen to any of these if you feel drawn to read them. So he's given you a whole load of extra books that you can dive into. I just noticed the E-Myth. I've actually got that book. That's a really, really good one, the E-Myth. That's about running a business, and you've got to have balance. You've got to be the employer, the employee, and you've got to be, I think he said, the customer. I can't remember now. You've got to literally be all three in one to have a successful business. You can't just be having the mindset of an employer. You've got to have the mindset of an employee and how the customer, all rolled into one for a successful business. So that was a good book. So yeah, he's given a lot. There's loads of books here. Like, look at this. This is crazy. And more videos and movies. Like, I know we like our films. He's listed The Matrix. Mike Miles said to watch The Matrix, and once you're like, what they say is woke, like once you become aware of all this information and actually what is going on in the world, like, you should really watch a documentary called Thrive. I don't know if that's on there. No, see, Thrive should be on there. Trade House said that you should watch Thrive, but once you watch something like Thrive, you become something that people call, you're now woke. And when you're woke, it means that you know what is actually going on in the world. And then when you watch The Matrix, after reading some of these books and stuff, you'll notice that literally life is just like a matrix. You've got people working jobs, people stuck in the rat race and stuff like that, that they're stuck in the matrix. But then when you become aware of what is actually going on and there's ways to get out the matrix, that movie is a totally different perception of watching it. So yeah, that blew my mind, really, watching Matrix when I was young, and then watching it now when I'm woke. It's a totally different experience. It's crazy. So there's a lot of good movies here. Steve Jobs one. I did see. I don't know if I've seen that one, but I have seen the other one with Kushta in it. I can't remember his name. But anyway, there's some more stuff down here as well. Christian books, children's material, and some websites. So yeah, definitely can dive into this. Like we've got enough. We've got everything here. There's no need to go anywhere else. Like everything's all in one place. I will anything I get from here that's not in the Discord. Like if say for example I get the audio Becoming Rich. Yeah, but this guy Doug Weed and Dexter Yoga, don't know, and it's really good. I'm going to put it in the Discord. You know, I'll do a track split, so it's not like 7-8 hours in one go. I'll track split it, so it's an hour each. I'll upload it with its picture and all that good stuff, and then we've got it. So that's what I'm saying. Like what we've got is better than Audible, and you know, you don't need to go anywhere else. So I know we've been going about 30 odd minutes, but has anyone got any questions at all?
Yeah, I just want to say especially the audio thing is really important for you to keep listening to it, because I thought after one I'll get it all, but when I listened to it again I felt like the first time I didn't listen to it at all. So but most of them I've listened to like 3-4 times, so yeah.
Nice one.
The audios.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that's it. Just got to keep listening to it over and over and over again. Like there's some audios I look at my MP3 player and I'm like, I've listened to that like 20 times, and it's like I need to get something new because I just know everything they're going to say and stuff. And I do say to myself like I should be really applying some of this. This the thing when listening to these audios and books and stuff. If you don't apply what they're teaching you, they say to know and not to do is not to know. That's another Kevin Trudeau thing. So it is important to apply things. It's just like watching the trading educators. They're teaching you how to trade. They're telling you what to do. You just watch the video. You don't do anything. So really, you haven't really learned anything, you know. So to know and not to do is not to know. So you know, it is difficult. Like for me, I always seem to, when I read a book, I always seem to get one golden nugget from a book, one thing that just really like goes, like, you know, like a light bulb moment goes off for me. And it's just that one thing I use from all these books that I've applied in everything that I do. And it's, it's starting to pay off.